Hi guys, this is Russell Folas for this unexpected live, last minute live, I will call it like that, about an update or last minute reminder, I will call it like that, about the EIDL grant and also EIDL loan itself, because the grant comes from the loan itself. So basically what I need to share with you guys is to a lot of people, a lot of customers, a lot of friends have been asking the question to know, they heard that the SBA is taking to its end at the end of this month, basically. So what does that really mean? Okay, so that is what we're going to be discussing during this short live video. It's going to be maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I just want to push this out so you get some clarification in what you think or in what you are hearing all over the social media or from your friends. But sometimes you need to hear this from a source, okay, from somebody who's actually working on it. So that's the reason why I decided that I have to do this video, so that some people don't lose the opportunity that they still have, okay. Some people don't give up on what they still have available for them, because since last year we saw people relying on wrong information and giving up on actually what they still have the chance to get. So we have to discuss about what does it actually means when they talk about the deadline about the EIDL. If you don't know what the EIDL means or the SBA program is, you have to go back to all my videos to see what we have been sharing, okay. So basically I'm assuming that the people who are going to watch this know already what the EIDL actually means, okay. So if you don't know what the EIDL means, it was basically a program that was established by the government to assist business owner. If you never applied and your business owner or self-employed, you still have a chance. That is what the deadline actually means, okay. But simply put, the deadline, the simple question, the simple answer to many questions that people are asking themselves is, what does the deadline of December 31st actually means, okay. So by the deadline, what can you still do? What can't you do after the deadline? So that is what I'm going to share with you guys in the next 4 to 5 minutes. Basically, when do you need to get your original application in? Okay, how much time do you still have to apply for an increase? In case you already received the money, you need more. As you know, they have increased the limit that you can get. It used to be 50% of what you have. Now, it's double of what your gross income is. This is a simple formula. Is to make it double. If your gross income is 100,000, then you are eligible for 200,000. It used to be that is 50% of your gross income. That means it used to be that if your gross income is 100,000, then you are eligible for 50,000. Now, if you're eligible for your gross income is 100,000, you're eligible for actually 200,000. Okay. So what do we have to share here is actually what does it actually mean when they put the deadline? What can you still do? And you know that attached to the application itself, the loan application, you also have the grants, okay. So the deadline, you have to know what the deadline implies in terms of grants as well, okay. And at the end of this short video, if you still have any concern, I'm not going to cover it because I don't want it to be long. Of course, you can still contact us through YouTube or Facebook or WhatsApp or our Facebook group, actually, because we actually have a Facebook group specifically for the people that we are assisting in this program. If you belong to the Facebook group, you will know that I'm talking to you, okay. If you don't belong to the Facebook group, you can still request on how to belong to the Facebook group to get all the assistance you need. We have a Facebook group of almost 600 business owners that we have been helping since last year on how to navigate through this program. Of course, a lot of people, even my close friends, are not even a member of this group. That's not a problem, because it's easier for them to contact me. But if you need a wide assistance without a one-on-one call, and you belong to that group, you're going to be satisfied. So let's come back to what I was talking about. Basically, what does the deadline mean when we're talking about the EIDL program? The legislation, since when it was created, says that the EIDL is supposed to end on December 31st. But December 31st is actually the day to put a new application in. It means that if after everything that you have been doing, you are a business owner or a self-employed, you heard about it, you're still procrastinating, or you don't even know if it's real or no, the first thing that you have to do, if you haven't put a brand new application in, is December 31st. Okay? That's the first thing you have to know. December 31st is not the date that you have to give up on everything. It's the day that you have to have put your brand new application in. Okay, when you say brand new application, people also have the grants, because the grant is associated to the loan when you apply. How do we get the grants? Basically, simple. You get the grant by comparing your activity in 2019 with your activity in 2020. Okay, the SBA has some type of metric to evaluate if you're eligible or no. But the first thing is to know that you have been having a decline between 2019 2020 by 30% or 50% for the supplemental. So now, what the SBA is trying to let you know, or what the SBA is trying to clarify, is that the grant is also due by December 31st. When I say grant, the time for you to apply for that grant. How do you apply for the grant? You have to go and check if you have received an email inviting you to apply for the grant. So if you have never applied for the grant, you apply for the EIDL, but you never apply for the grant, that you are leaving $15,000 on the table. And guess what? Although the deadline is on December 31st, the SBA strongly encourages all applicants to submit their grants, which is also called targeted advance or supplemental targeted. When you add both, it gives you $15,000. So they strongly encourage those people to put their grant application in by December 10th, which is actually tomorrow. Sorry to tell you that just today. But if you were interested on it, you should have contacted whoever actually helped you to apply for the EIDL in the first place. If it's me, you should have contacted me, unless you didn't want the grant in the first place. So basically, we're encouraging people, if you apply for the EIDL, the loan, you get the loan. You never get the grant. You have to apply for the grants by tomorrow. Tomorrow is the deadline that the SBA encourages you to apply on. It's not that if you apply later, they won't accept it. They will still accept it, but they are saying that the grant actually has a deadline of, or the application process, the processing time, let me say it like that, of around 3 weeks. That's the reason why they want you to put your application in by the 10th, so that they have around 3 weeks, which is 21 days, right, to get your application processed. Because after the December 31st, they are not sure if they are still going to be able to process the grant. That's the reason why they want you to put your grant in as soon as possible. The later that they want you to do, to give them 3 weeks to process your grant, is December 10th, which is actually tomorrow, because today is December 9th. So I'm basically done with the grant. I was done with the application itself, but guess what? People apply and get declined, right? So what happens if you apply and you get declined? Okay, guess what? So once you apply, you're good once you apply, because after the December 31st, what can you still do? You can still get your application processed. And if you get declined, how long do you have to get, a request for reconsideration or request for reevaluation if you're talking about the grants? Basically, the request for reconsideration is for the loan. The request for reevaluation is for the grant. However, whoever helped you to apply for the loan can also, assist you on how to apply for the grant or how to apply for the reconsideration. The reconsideration basically means that the SBA decline your application. And you have to know something. That's why a lot of people are giving up on A lot of stuff that are still available to them. Decline letter doesn't mean that you are not eligible, basically. That's why you have to wait or you have to ask. A lot of people are seeing a lot of people down because they receive a decline letter. Decline letter doesn't mean that you're not eligible. And I have my team and I who have been helping more than 200 people who received the decline letter and they were able to get the money. Decline letter simply means that the SBA was not able to identify your business online. Like if you want to see Target or Apple or Amazon, you can find all information, even the financial information. You can find them online. You can do that. Go and Google, Amazon financial statement 2020. You will find it. 2021. You will find those information. That means those are real business. If you apply, you have your restaurant. You don't even have a website. You don't have nothing. Maybe you don't even have a name. And how is the SBA going to know that what you say is true? So at the beginning of the program, they will just just trust people. When you apply, they just give you the money. But now, I want to say 95% of the people who apply, the SBA will end up giving you a decline first. Decline is just the process for them to ask you to provide some information that will actually give them the confidence that you are a business, basically. Okay, so first of all, you don't have to be down or be stressed because you receive a decline. The first thing you have to do is to put your application in if you haven't done it. If you have done the application, you have to follow up. I always tell my people to follow up. What does follow up mean? Follow up means every week or every 2 weeks, call the SBA to ask them, what do I need to do for you to approve my application? They will be like, okay, we are still processing. Call them. Because sometimes the loan officer will need some more information. Because you don't call, loan officer is so lazy that he doesn't send you an email. Guess what? You don't call, you don't receive nothing. When you call, I have a customer like 2 days ago. She called and she said, oh, you're supposed to provide us with this document. She said, how am I supposed to do it? She said, you haven't received an email. She never received an email. So you have to follow up when you apply, okay? When you apply, you have to follow up. If you haven't applied, your application has to be in by December 31st, not by the 10th. A new applicant is not supposed to be by the 10th. The 10th is for those who applied already a long time ago. They send them an invite to request for the grants. They have never applied for the grants. That's the grant that is due. Not even due. That is recommended by the SBA to do or to submit by tomorrow, the 10th. Okay? So we talk about the fact that if you are declined, I just explained to you that the decline that you receive is called decline letter. Doesn't mean that you are not eligible. That's the first thing to do. So the first thing to do is to contact your person that helped you, or if you belong to the Facebook group that we have, I may post the group, the link of the group here if you want to, apply, if we're going to accept you inside the group. So go, hey, I just received it. What does it mean? We're going to share with you what it means. We're going to share with you how to do the request for reconsideration. You can do it by yourself. We share with you how to create all the documents that are requested to do the reconsideration on your own. We can even give you the form. We can even have a 5-minute video where we are sharing how to complete those forms. You can do it by yourself. Okay, so the goal is to help the maximum of business owners, self-employed, to actually get this money before the runs out, because they still have funding. The COVID-19 is not up yet, even though we think that we can actually go out and work. The economy is not back the way it was. And the intention of the government is to put money into the business, so that you can produce, so consumer can buy, and the government can collect taxes. That's how every country functions. Okay, so basically what you have to do is what? If you receive a decline letter, you have what? What do you have? You have 6 months from the time you apply for the decline letter to you receive the decline letter to do what is called a request for reconsideration. That is the time frame that you have. If you receive a decline letter today, you have 6 months. But what does the SBA also put there? Because some people will receive a decline letter, but the decline letter will get declined again. So what time do you have? You have 30 days. If you apply now and you are declined, you apply for the request for reconsideration, is declined again. Again, there are many more reasons why your reconsideration could be declined. One of the reasons is simple, that they're requesting for some document. you're taking too long to respond, they're going to withdraw your application. Still, it doesn't mean that you're not eligible. That's why you need assistance. You need to watch, you need to contact people who are actually able to help you, or belong to a group where you can get information you need to do things by yourself if you want to go by yourself. So basically, if you receive a new decline level, and then you apply for a consideration, you receive another decline after applying for a consideration. They give you 30 days from the time it was declined for you to appear again. So now, what do you have to do? Is that once you do the second reconsideration, it's a team. That's how the SBA does now. It's not the only person who declines it. It's now a team of at least 3 people, 3 loan officers, or 3, I don't know how they call them, that will actually sit down and say, okay, do we actually have to decline this person? Why was it declined in the first place? That is why you have to focus. This money are actually the type of money or funding, let's call it like that. That is not easy to get otherwise. Yes, it takes time. What you have to know now is that you have to have patience in this. You don't have to rush. You cannot apply today and say, okay, I have this project in the next 2 weeks. I hope I'm going to get this money in the next 2 weeks. You're going to be disappointed because you don't know who is going to be taking care of you. It all depends on the loan officer that will be working on your case. Some loan officers are so proactive that they even email you and even call you to tell you what to do, to even tell you why. If you do that today, I will approve your case tomorrow or tonight. Yes, but some other loan officer, you will even call them. You have the direct email. You will email, they won't respond. You will call them, they won't pick up. So you have to be patient. You cannot apply and say, okay, I'm gonna do this with this money. You just cannot, because I see that like hundred of people calling to say, why is it taking too long? No, it's not taking too long. The SBA is actually going faster because whenever you submit a document, it's a system that's actually working on all the documents you are submitting. That's the reason why people, when you submit an information, you will see that after 2 days, you see a change in your portal, okay? So I didn't want this to be too long, so I think that I pushed in everything. And for the increase, you still have the right to request for increase even after December 21st, okay? And how long do you have to request for the maximum amount you're eligible for? Of course, you have 2 years to request for an increase. What does this mean? Simple calculation. Your gross income, your gross receipt, if you're a business, is $150,000. With $150,000, you are eligible for up to $300,000. That's how much you're eligible for. That's the maximum. But if initially you were only eligible or approved for, I don't know, for 75 or 100,000, I just told you that you're eligible for 300, but you only got $100,000. You still have 2 years from the time you were approved the first time to request for the increase up to $300,000. So yes, anytime you can say, okay, I received $100,000. I was approved for that. I received the money. Now I need you to increase that loan to 150. That means they will give you 50,000 more because they already gave you 100,000, right? After 6 months, you still need money. Just go there and request for another one. But most of the time, I will encourage people to request for a maximum. You can request for 300,000. If they get you 300,000, you can now decide to only choose how much you want. If you want 50,000, you already received 100,000. You want 100 increase. Request for the maximum because the loan officer has the discretion to actually say, no, based on the information you are providing, you are only going to be eligible for, I don't know, 125,000. You know, so you have to request for the maximum. Now, when they approve you, they will give you the whole range of your maximum amount they want to give you. You can now choose how much you want. Okay, they will put it 100,000 to 300. You can choose only 150 because that's what you want, or you can choose 200. But you can also take everything. If you feel like you don't know all the money, then you can bring it back to them because guess what? It's a process. It will take you weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So if you take $50,000 and after 2 months you are doing a business, you have working capital that you need. You need to hire new employees. You have a lot of things you have to do. You have to really expand your business. And what can you do with the money? A lot of things. We're gonna do a different video to tell you what you can now do with this money. Okay, you can do a lot more than you were able to do at the beginning with the money that you get. So the maximum you get is better for you, because guess what? After a few weeks or a month, just give it to them back. Okay, if you feel like you're not gonna use it for 2 years, you don't want interest to be accruing for 2 years, just give it to them back and come back and ask again. So the maximum you request is the better. I don't know what else I have to add here. I don't see any question on this live. I'm assuming that everybody is good on this. And you know, if after the video you still need assistance, you may still contact us. You have all the means to contact us. It could be directly on Facebook or Facebook direct message, or we always share our WhatsApp group. WhatsApp contact you can use. You can use by YouTube. You can use the best way to belong to the Facebook group that we have, so you can actually do a lot of things. I don't see the question here. What does it mean? Okay, I see the question coming up now. What does it mean if when you receive the form P022? That means that you are in the good way. Yes, exactly. Whenever you see, I see question popping up now. Whenever you see some required document, it means that you are moving. Okay, you have to be happy whenever you see that they are requesting for a document. It means at least the system or somebody is actually taking care of you. When you see your application stay on the same stage for 1, 2, 3 weeks, that's the time you actually have to call them to say, hey, what is that? Now, if you have that, you have to complete that, because now they will withdraw application because for inactivity. Okay, the thing you gave up basically. So they will withdraw your application for inactivity. Yes, the form P022, you have to complete them. It means that they need that to actually move your application to the next step in order to be approved. The other question is there, hi boy, I really want to apply for that loan, but I don't own a business. What should I do to get the money? Bro, you can receive the money if you don't have a business. It's for business owner or self-employed, okay? But a lot of people actually, what you can do, that's a tip I'm sharing right now. A lot of people, most of the time, self-employed people, you have especially hair braider. I have people who were doing business, but they didn't even claim that business in their taxes. I'm sharing with you guys. If you have a business, you didn't claim your taxes to special 2019. Yes, you can amend your taxes in order to have the business appearing in your 2019 taxes. Then you use that tax to apply. Basically, you can do that because you were actually even supposed to put that business in your tax in the first place. Now, if you're gonna fix it because it's gonna help you, that's good for you, right? So yes, I don't see any more question here. So I'm gonna leave you guys because I have another meeting that actually started somewhere. I'm gonna go there, but you can always contact me or contact my team on how you can actually get assistance, or you can belong to the Facebook group that we have. Drop your question in the group. Maybe someone who had the same problem, we say, oh, this is how I solve it, or I myself, jump in and maybe share a video that actually solve your problem. Okay, if you feel like you can do stuff by yourself. So I'm gonna leave you here. It was a pleasure to get you back, and from now we're gonna keep working until the next tax season that is kicking in a few days. So until then, that was Russell Fowlers, your tax and accounting specialist, and see you guys. Ciao.